ever wondered what is the right way to wash a white sneaker? We're gonna find out today. Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory, the show that's here to help keep your pearly whites squeaky clean. No, not your teeth, your sneakers. White sneakers have exploded onto the fashion scene in recent months, and even a goth girly like me couldn't resist dipping her toes into the trend, which is how I realized that white sneakers don't stay clean for long. Dirt, grime, scuffs, anything and everything is a potential threat. So today we are trying 5 of the internet's most popular hacks to take our white sneakers from gross to gorgeous, ending with the one that inspired this whole video, the power wash. Ugh, I'm so excited, chat! Today we have 3 sets of sneakers that we are going to try to dirty and then clean again. White sneakers come in 3 main fabric types: leather, suede, and canvas. Since we want to find a hack that works for any white sneaker, we are going to use one of each fabric type for each cleaning hack. For today, we have our Reeboks, which are our leather shoes. Second, we have our Steve Madden suede shoes. Suede sneakers use a treated suede that make it feel more similar to regular leather, except for back here where you have that fuzzy suede that you tend to think of when you think of like suede jackets or suede pants. And lastly, we have our Keds. Now these are our canvas sneakers, which I'm actually a bit worried about because canvas, while very durable, as we've talked about in numerous other videos, is very absorbing when it comes to stains. For this episode, we will be avoiding any bleach hacks, as most sources say it can ruin leather and suede. If you want us to do a second episode focusing just on bleach hacks, let me know in the comments. But for today, I'm going to be dirtying up 15 sneakers for our 5 rounds of testing, which is a lot now that I come to think about it. Maybe I need some help. Who do I know that loves sneakers and has a knack for making messes? For that, we only have one person, and that's Santi from Food Theory.
Hello!
You know what we're doing here today, right?
Hopefully not eating lip gloss, because I was told I would not have to do that again.
No, we have some aprons, and we have a heck ton of dirt to put on these shoes. Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
While Santi and I apron up, let's talk about all that dirt. To cover as many potential dirt threats as possible, we'll be using a carefully curated selection of only the finest shoe stainers. This includes actual dirt, car grease, Sharpie, and of course, scuffing. All right.
How are we? Oh, okay.
You gotta go.
It's like we're trying to start a fire.
It really was. And not to brag, but for as much as Santi claims to be a super strong arm guy, he clearly struggled with the scuffing methods.
I'm not gonna be judged, okay? I came on as a guest.
Sorry, Santi, but not everyone can have the natural skills for destruction like me. Though we were both surprised to find that our suede shoes proved to be very durable. You want to not have scuffed shoes? Try suede Steve Madden shoes. Because these are just coming off like dirty. They're not scuffing much at all. Steve Madden, you may have bested us in the scuff test, but we're gonna make your shoes so dirty, it's not gonna matter. Our canvas shoes, however, were super easy to damage. Now, while I do love destruction, I hate waste. Luckily, there was an easy way to solve that problem. You know what would be really, really fun? I think it would be fun to give these away to some of our viewers, the ones that we dirty and decorate. So if you want to win some dirty shoes, we'll have like a Google form or something in the description so that you can win a pair and make Sam and Josiah's life a little bit harder. Yes, while other channels may be giving away money and iPhones, here at Style Theory HQ, you can enter to win a custom pair of dirty sneakers decorated by your favorite Theory hosts, me and Santi. And maybe I'll throw in a few extra goodies. Who knows? But first, we had to get our shoes dirty. I wanted to make sure your skin was protected. So, in your little kangaroo pocket, there's a gift. We have gloves! Yep.
Did you get them all the same size?
Yeah, they came in a 2-pack.
I think our hands are slightly different in size.
Our hands are the same size.
Thick, manly hands right here.
After helping Santi through his glove crisis, we got back to the job at hand. And chat, I can't express the childlike joy that comes from just getting to get messy.
Oh,
you look, it sticks to the bottom of this real good.
Yeah, it's getting in the grooves.
The dirt really clung to the nooks and crannies of our shoes, as well as the rubber soles and stitching. That's where I have found it the hardest to clean.
See, for me, it's always been in between, like the
really?
ridges. Yeah, because what you don't want to do is scrub too hard there when you're cleaning because it frays the leather.
Spoiler alert, we're gonna have to scrub pretty hard because the dirt clung even worse to our canvas shoe. And that wasn't even as bad as our car grease, which was red and ready to stain. We chose the color specifically to test our hacks against deep set stains. But man, that color on those shoes is really giving me some traumatic childhood flashbacks.
I do have like a very visceral memory in my head of the one time as a child I had like these white Power Ranger sneakers, and my sister dared me to jump from a table onto the monkey bars, and I remember jumping and then nothing, just the image of blood dripping from my face to my shoes.
That's another one. How do you get blood out of your shoes?
So listen, I pitched that episode to Matt and he says, why do people need to know?
I've gotten blood on my shoes before. You have a bloody nose. It just drips down.
I was told it was creepy.
I mean, it's a little creepy.
Though not as creepy as Santi's artistic rendering of a beloved children's cartoon.
The SpongeBob of nightmares.
My own creation was a little less demonic.
Wow.
Wow.
We proceeded to flex our drawing skills by making each shoe a unique piece of art. From referencing previous episodes,
I have some lovely soap and bubbles, then some waterproof makeup in the water, and then my name.
attempting to be patriotic.
What's the American flag like?
You know, it has the red and white stripes, the little blue pocket with all the stars,
And even joining forces on a few to provide some true theorist pride. In the end, we were left with these masterpieces, worthy of sitting in the Louvre. Maybe in like the back storeroom of the Louvre, but like still the Louvre. Now's the time to pick your favorite and hope that it survives as we head into hack number 1.
All right, so for our first hack, we are doing the toilet paper method. That is taking our toilet paper, wetting it with just water, mummifying our shoes, and then putting them outside to bake in the sun.
Now, there are a few variations of this hack that include, shocker, actual soap. But this water-only version was the one that came up the most frequently in our research. So it's the one we're going to use. And hey, if this sparse version really does work, it will be the most cost-effective hack in our lineup. With a 6-pack of TP coming in at about $5.99 US, you're talking about a cost of less than a penny for each round of cleaning.
I mean, I imagine it's just soaking, right? So like same method here, right? You're trying to soak up all the grime to really lift it and try to get it to absorb into this so that when you remove it, you're just peeling away dirt.
Right, but I feel like it depends on the material, right? Because I feel like the canvas, the water, if anything, might help it bleed more into it as opposed to lifting, because it's just water.
We mummified our shoes and prepared to put them outside to bake in the hot LA sun.
Can't cook an egg for outside, but you can cook a shoe, that's for sure.
What are you cooking a shoe for?
You could eat leather.
They make mushroom leather, so I could eat it too. All right, we're gonna go put these outside.
Let's do this.
Woo woo.
Oh, are we still filming there at the end?
Yep.
Santi. The camera is always watching. Now we'll check back in on our mummified shoes in a few hours and move on to hack number 2.
All right, so for our second hack, we are doing our hydrogen peroxide and baking soda mix.
This time, we aren't taking advice from the blogs or TikTok, but from Nike themselves. They have a variety of methods, but the one that stood out as the top recommendation for our experiment was the hydrogen peroxide and baking soda mix. In this scenario, hydrogen peroxide stands in as a less destructive version of the enemy of this episode, bleach. When it comes into contact with dirt, it starts to break it down and separate it from the fabric, making it easier to remove. The added baking soda helps provide an exfoliating texture to rub away scuffs and stains that the peroxide is lifting off the shoe. And this time, we are going to raise the stakes and add another layer to our experiment, the applicator.
We have methods to our madness. I know.
It's like an infinite pocket.
How do I keep sneaking things into your pockets?
Honestly, I'm surprised. This has been on me this entire time.
So we have the magic eraser and we have a toothbrush. Both of these are highly recommended as methods for cleaning your sneakers. But which one does better? We're gonna find out. So we'll do half of the sneaker with the magic eraser, half with the toothbrush.
Right away, we saw results with our toothbrush on the leather sneaker.
Oh my gosh.
Is it working?
It is.
Oh.
least for the leather. My canvas shoe was still looking worse for wear no matter how hard I scrubbed. But even though he was having an easier time, Santi's results weren't perfect.
The worst thing is definitely the stitching. I think the leather in and of itself is actually kind of getting clean pretty well, but you can see the stitching is where the color has really seeped in.
I will say the permanent marker is not coming off.
While I was still scrubbing away with my toothbrush, Santi moved on to the magic eraser.
What?
Oh my gosh! Show the camera, show the camera.
It's picking it up so much faster. Like, I was scrubbing like a madman over here, but this was just like a quick little meh, and it was gone. Granted, I'm still gonna do a little bit more rubbing, but the leather itself is a little more dyed with the pink. The very fine parts in between like the stitching of the leather, there's nothing you can do with the magic eraser there.
The magic eraser did better with the big patches of dirt and grime, but couldn't get into the fine details like the toothbrush.
Because it's telling me right now, just from the basics, it might be better to combine our two methods and get the best results.
Unfortunately, nothing was saving our Ked's canvas sneaker.
Our canvas shoe can't really stand up to any of this. We're gonna be very heavily dyed. The dirt is pretty much gone there, but I can't seem to get the actual hydrogen peroxide paste to get out of it.
And our suede was doing about as well as the leather.
The problem points really are, like for this one, it's the fact that it is absorbing everything. But when you get to these two shoes, for the most part, this works. The big brim of our shoes are really staying dyed, and that has to do with like the rubber that's being used there. But when you're trying to clean your shoes, you want that to be clean too.
The leather itself now is pretty good. It's pretty just pure white, whereas the rest of it, those details make it look so much dirtier than it actually is.
When it comes to what your normal everyday wear would be, I think this is a viable option with a mix of our two tools, but I would love to see if any of our other options can do any better.
Well, what if I told you that hack number 3 is one that you may already have in your bathroom?
Next up, we have our whitening toothpaste. Now, the specifics of this were that it needed to be a whitening toothpaste, and the toothpaste itself needed to be white. So I feel like we're both very, very prepared for this because of how much we had to brush our teeth.
We readied our new set of toothbrushes and magic erasers.
How do you keep doing this?
I am magic. I am actual magic. This time I am starting with our leather shoe, and then Santi has the canvas Keds. I mean, the dirt is coming off, but that's like the least surprising at this point.
Did the dirt come off on the canvas on the other one?
The dirt came off, the color didn't. Are you not having that same effect?
I am not.
Things were not looking good for our toothpaste. We needed to do something to boost our power levels to over 9,000. Unfortunately, even going full Super Saiyan scrubber on these things couldn't save our canvas shoes.
Oh my gosh. Toothbrush was a total fail. On this other side, it pushed the dirt in deeper. It did absolutely nothing for the permanent marker. Oh man, this is a lost cause.
R.I.P. Keds, you never stood a chance. We turned our brushes and erasers to our other shoe options and prepared ourselves once again for disappointment.
It got some of the permanent marker!
What?
Look at that! At least some of the colors.
Oh my gosh.
Wow!
Like the hydrogen peroxide last round, the toothpaste also acts as a bleach alternative because it also contains peroxide. It seems like our hacks are double dipping a little bit. In toothpaste, the peroxide helps to fight set-in stains on your teeth alongside its other cleaning agents. And like last round, it seemed to be working on our leather and suede.
In general, this did so much better than I expected.
So if you look at the suede, like it's actually done a great job of wiping away the dirt. The grease is stuck. There's nothing to do there, but it did make the permanent marker kind of fade away a little bit. As for the untreated suede here, yeah.
What I'm noticing is the lighter color markers are harder to come off, but that got the blue better than the one over here.
Yeah, no, and honestly, the yellow you can barely see anymore. The grease is really the big stain here, but for just toothpaste, this is really impressive.
Right?
With 2 semi-successful hacks under our metaphorical belts, I began to notice a trend. All of our hacks were trying to replicate the bleaching effect and included some active ingredient to try and combat staining, without damaging the material like bleach would. Clearly, this was going to be the key factor in getting any kind of result on our white sneakers. Except our next hack may be about to prove all of that wrong.
But we are going to go to our next one, which is a little bit of a newbie on the block, the micellar water.
The what?
Micellar water?
Micellar water?
Or anyone out there like Santi who has never heard of this magic micellar water before, let me break it down for you. Micellar water is a makeup remover that contains micelles, hence the name, which are tiny spheres made up of a surfactant or cleaning agent, suspended in water. The micelles work a bit like a magnet, drawing the dirt, makeup, oil, and other impurities towards itself and off your skin. But people aren't just using it for their face anymore. TikTok will tell you that it's great for cleaning all kinds of surfaces, fabrics, and of course, sneakers. So we had to try it for ourselves with a new fresh set of applicators.
How?
I don't know why he doubts me. Like, every single time he's surprised.
While I tried to get Santi to believe in my magic, we were both surprised by the magic of the micellar water's cleaning ability. It took off almost all of the mess on our suede shoe, minus the permanent marker.
I think the micellar water did a really good job. I'm getting more dirt on it just by holding it with these dirty gloves than was left by actually cleaning it. Not bad.
The canvas, on the other hand, was still a lost cause, and the toothbrush only seemed to make it worse.
The SpongeBob is somehow getting stronger. He's not going away. He's just gaining power.
He's just getting more terrifying with each scrub.
Like, he just looks like he's seen some stuff now, you know?
The magic eraser did a better job on the canvas, giving us what may be the best result we have seen so far on that shoe. Santi and I decided to tag team our final shoe, the leather Reebok. Santi took the toothbrush, successfully cleaning off a lot of the dirt and grease, and even some of the permanent marker.
It's really getting into the permanent marker. Like, if I were to really get in there, I think that we would get rid of, even the black and the red are starting to kind of fade away.
Wow.
On a cleanliness scale, it ranks somewhere between the toothpaste and the hydrogen peroxide.
I wonder why he does it for the leather and not the suede.
Maybe I'm just better.
Or maybe there's something in the fabric that we just don't know as of the filming of this, but we'll know by the time we get to the edit.
I could also just be better.
No, Santi, it was definitely the fabric. Leather has a lot working for it in terms of staying clean. For one, the material itself contains a number of natural oils and waxes that form a barrier against outside contaminants, like our dirts. Second, it's less porous than the suede, meaning it has a denser structure. Since suede has a more open structure, the fabric is more susceptible to absorbing dirt and stains, which makes sense given that our canvas shoe, the one with the worst staining so far, is the most porous fabric as well. Yep, while canvas can be treated to be so durable it could survive a nuclear wasteland, that's not the kind of canvas that Keds is using on its sneakers. Also, let the record show that my magic eraser did just as well as Santi's toothbrush, and it did it faster. Guess I'm just better. Stupid. All jokes aside, it was clear that neither tool had the ability to do the whole job by itself. Neither was better. They both had pros and cons. Where the toothbrush could get into the fine detail work the magic eraser couldn't, the magic eraser could handle the big open areas faster and more efficiently. So I guess the answer really is teamwork. You need both sets of skills to get good, or even mid, results. Which actually reminds me that it is time for us to unwrap our toilet paper shoes.
All right, we have retrieved our mummified shoes from outside. It is blazing hot outside, so hopefully they have dried out enough. But we're gonna go one by one for each shoe, starting, I guess, with this one, which I think is the suede. How do you think this is gonna do?
I mean, there's no way this works. Zero way this works.
I kind of wanted to, because I love the idea of mummy shoes being the best way to clean your feet.
What can I say? I love the mummy.
Like that. Nope.
No. Who thought this was gonna work?
People on the internet.
It was as if the toilet paper had actually kept the mess fresh. And the leather was worse.
It's still wet.
Is it?
Yeah.
I rubbed it and it smudged. It just preserves the dirt.
It's a good mummification, I guess.
Do you think this could have done any better for our canvas shoe? Do you want to do the honors, Santi?
Okay. Oh, it actually made the colors bleed there.
Oh, that's so funny.
God, it's so much worse.
This is where we're at, friends. I can't say that I think that this did a good job. I can't say that I think it did any job. We can't end on failure. We have one more hack that we are going to try that I truly believe in, Santi. This is the one. This is the mother of all hacks when it comes to your white sneakers. This is the power wash. What?
You're bringing a bazooka to a knife fight.
I'm bringing efficiency to this channel. Do you see what I'm working with? We need the power wash. We deserve the power wash. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's do this.
Ready to feel the power? We're gonna do a power up to get to the power wash. You ready? 1, 2.
So far this episode, we've seen that to get any kind of result, you need 3 things: a cleaning solution, multiple tools, and a lot of upper arm strength. And this hack had none of that. This was about pure, unfiltered water pressure.
We are finally here with the power wash. Now, this is a big treat for me as someone who really enjoys Power Wash Simulator. I don't know if you've ever played.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
To make sure that our shoe doesn't move and gets the full brunt of our power wash, it is strapped down to a cement block. I was told that this sounds like we're making a mafia movie, but really, we're just cleaning white sneakers. You ready, B-Cam, A-Cam? Look at that! That's so satisfying! You wanna try?
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
That makes me so happy. That's probably the best result we've seen so far. I just wanna see if I get all up close, can I get some of that red out? Do I think it will work? I don't know, but I'll have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did, ladies and gentlemen.
The dirt, gone. The grease, bye-bye. The stains, get out of here. The only thing that was able to stand up against the power of the wash was the permanent marker.
That's amazing.
I am so happy. Oh my gosh. This is what this channel is for, is letting me live out my dreams of using a power wash on some white sneakers.
I mean, you're gonna wanna let it dry for like 5 days now, but at least it got clean.
In the world where you get to choose between squeaky clean white sneakers and waiting for them to dry, I feel like I pick the power wash and the clean sneaker every single time.
No, agreed.
And remember, we get to do this 2 more times. All right, this is our suede shoe because we are saving the worst one for last.
Yeah, it's not working as good as the other shoe.
No, it did do a lot better on the leather than this one.
The real problem is the sole. That bottom is just not getting any cleaner.
Though the initial results were not as immediate as the leather sneaker, we wanted to be thorough and give the power wash a chance to really prove its worth. We had to keep going. For science! Once we got a little closer, the extra power seemed to do the trick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, yeah.
That's so satisfying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we are like irreparably messing up the shoe, but
It's the memories that matter.
Memories that could be yours if you enter our giveaway. I promise I'll make sure the sneakers are fully dry before we mail them out. But first,
We have one more. We have our canvas shoe, which has so far been the worst. What I'm curious about with the canvas is actually if it works any better getting the stains out because the canvas is porous. Again, this is not waterproof canvas. It's not like meant to stand up to like all of the elements. And I'm wondering if, you know, the stains can sink in, soak in. Can this sink in and soak in?
whoa! Oh,
Well, it flew away, but oh my God, the dirt is gone.
the dirt is completely
The dirt
gone.
is completely gone. Okay, I would call that the cleanest we have seen these shoes. Comparatively to that, good golly gosh. Like, I am shocked. The permanent marker, still there. It's not really moving, but it, like, yes, there's pink, but even the bottom is clean.
And Oh my God.
Look at that. Listen, I would like to 100% this challenge, so we're going in for the details, baby. The details.
But look at this.
That is so good.
That's astounding.
So here's what I can tell you. If you have canvas sneakers, the only option for you is to spend all of your money on a power wash and use that.
But honestly, the dirt is the most astounding thing. Like, you wouldn't even know that there was dirt on here at one time.
At all. This is all I need. Just me and the power wash.
When the zombie apocalypse comes, you'll find Amy in her driveway power
Can
washing
you
them away.
imagine the zombie skin that you can strip off with this thing? It would be epic.
I quit.
We're gonna also give like a very nice shout out to my friend's dad who let us borrow his personal power wash. So thank you, Mr. Ponte. You saved this entire episode. Let's go on inside and finalize all of our results. We returned to the cool AC of the studio to set up our winner's podium.
And here we have it. This is our final ranking, best, worst, and mid. At the bottom of our podium of shoes here, the toilet paper hack. It just didn't do anything. It's bad.
Placement goes where the toilet paper belongs, in the toilet. The dirt was preserved. The car grease is still greasy. It did nothing at all.
And then for our mid-range, we have the okay winners from all of our other categories. For our suede shoe, we have the micellar water, which did a pretty good job cleaning off everything except the hardest parts of the red stains and the pesky permanent marker.
I mean, yeah, it did better than I thought it would.
And for our leather shoe, we have the toothpaste, which is honestly one of the biggest surprises of all. I didn't expect the toothpaste to do anything. But when it comes down to it, of all the options, it took off the permanent marker, which was really the stickler for all of our options, and it left it minty fresh.
The smell coming off of this right now is so repugnant because it smells so good and so bad at the same time.
And for our last one, we have the baking soda and hydrogen peroxide for our canvas shoe. We didn't have much luck with any of our canvas, and this feels sandy as heck. So, do you want to touch it?
Yeah. What happened?
'Cause it's the paste.
Baking soda. Oh,
the
it's all in my
paste just
hands.
is like still there. Feels like touching a sandpaper that's been used.
Kind of really like it though, like sensory wise, and it's just so nice. It's like, oh, it feels so good sensory wise.
I can't say I agree, but it is fascinating to see that depending on the stain and the fabric, different hacks worked better than others. It all came down to how the cleaning agent and texture of the product interacted with the texture and porousness of the fabrics. But none of that held a candle to the brute force of our winner.
The power wash. Was there really any other option? When you look at all of these, they have done the best. Like, this shoe looks pretty much brand new. The marker is still there, but at least the marker is pretty. The rest of it just looks pure white.
I mean, the leather, the top of the leather looks brand new. One thing to note, where the Reebok symbol is, that was the most annoying thing to clean on every other shoe with every other application. This actually came out, like, it's so impressively back to normal.
I will say that I think some of the little left behinds here are less because of the power wash and more because of user error and the way we had to strap those shoes down.
Note to self, the Mafia method is not the best way to tie down your shoes the next time you need to power wash them. Too much interference.
And finally, the one that shocked us all, the canvas. It actually looks the best of any of these canvases.
You were about to say brand new and you were gonna be so wrong.
It doesn't look brand new, but when it comes to like how hard we've had to work to get any stain out, this is really good. Like, look at that. Comparatively, it is astonishing how well it did.
Especially where the dirt was. Again, you have way more of a white color here than over here. And sure, the permanent marker kind of set in and bled a little bit more into the canvas, but it gives it an artistic flair.
The power wash was able to use the porous nature of the canvas fabric to its own advantage. It was able to push through and absorb into the fabric enough that the dirt no longer had the space and the grip to hang on, even without a cleaning agent.
And you have to remember, this one had so much working for it. This had the hydrogen peroxide, it had the baking soda. This had just water and pressure. We did not use soap on any of these, and it still did better. So what I'm hearing here is that we'll have to do a part 2 where we do 5 other hacks and then bring back the power wash, this time with soap.
We have only just begun to dip our toes into the ocean of sneaker cleaning hacks out there. If you have one that you want us to try to myth prove or myth bust, leave it in the comments and next time we'll try your hacks. Until then, we can definitively say that if you want the easiest way to get your white sneakers clean and happen to have a spare $100 to $200 lying around or a friend whose dad will be very generous, a power washer is going to get the job done faster and more efficiently.
Not only can it clean your driveway, your walls, it'll clean your white sneakers.
It just won't clean your permanent marker. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. And if you want to know whether or not to wash your legs, click the box on the screen. And I'll see you next Saturday morning.